Alright, here is an amazing lick from Jonathan Kreisberg. And before we get into it, just really quickly for anybody who hasn't been following my channel as of late, this is actually going to be the last Lick of the Week video that I'm going to be doing. I've been brainstorming some changes that I want to make to my channel moving forward for the next year. And one big thing that I want to start doing more is just being able to put out more videos that can be monetized and videos that I can include bonus material for that I can put on my Patreon page. So one thing that I'm going to be changing is moving forward now, instead of doing a Lick of the Week video every week, I'm going to do a different video every 2 weeks called Improv Ideas, which is going to be a new series that I'm going to put out where each episode I basically just take a chord voicing or a chord quality or a combination of chords, and I discuss some different techniques and some improvisational ideas over those chords. And each video is going to include bonus material on the Patreon page with all of the ideas that I go over, in addition to some licks. And the videos will consist of me explaining the ideas and then also demonstrating it so you can hear what it sounds like. So be on the lookout for that. But after today, this will be the last Lick of the Week video. So Jonathan Kreisberg never disappoints, so I thought this would be a good one to leave off on. So this lick is from a C minor blues that he's doing with Dr. Lonnie Smith, rest in peace. And he's doing these arpeggios out of the Dorian sharp 4 scale. So if you're unfamiliar with that scale, it is the 4th mode of melodic minor. If we go up it intervallically, they're doing it in the key of C. We have the root, the 2nd, flat 3, sharp 4, 5, 6, flat 7, and root. Alright, so it's just like it says, a Dorian scale, but we sharp the 4. Instead of having F natural, we have F sharp. And this is a great scale, especially if you're already comfortable with Dorian and you want to expand on it a little bit. Just making that one change and adding that sharp 4 gives you some really great sounds over a minor chord, a little bit more outside, which is really nice. So what he's doing for the majority of this line is he's just going right up the triads within that scale. So he's basically taking each note of the scale and he's building the 3rd and 5th off of each note, so we get a triad, an arpeggio, which is the exact same exercise that I do in my Scales Deconstructed series. He's doing that in Dorian sharp 4. So if we go through this line, we start out on the root and he builds an arpeggio off of that. So we have C minor. I'm picking all of these notes, by the way. Then on the 2, we actually have D major, which is nice because that gives us the 2nd, the sharp 4, and the 6. So any of these arpeggios that are going to have that F sharp in them is going to give you more of that outside sound, because that's the note that differentiates itself from regular Dorian. Then we have E flat major on the flatted 3rd. Then we have F sharp diminished on the sharp 4. So up to there we have. Alright, then on the 5 we have G minor. Then the 6 we have A diminished. So we have 2 diminished. We have one on F sharp and one on A. So up to there we have. And when I'm doing that A one, I think the fingering I'm doing is pointer, pinky, ring. Because after that, the flatted 7th arpeggio, B flat, is actually going to be augmented, which is probably my favorite one, right? Really cool sound against the C, because you get the flat 7, the 9, and the sharp 4, which are all great intervals against the C minor. So we have. Alright, then at the end of the line, this is the only part that's not triads from the scale. He does a little chromaticism. So after he plays that B flat augmented arpeggio, we land off on the sharp 4 at the F sharp, and then he does a little chromatic approach to the 5th, which is G. So he does 1 below. If we count the F sharp as 1 below, then we do 2 above. A flat, back to F sharp, which is 1 below again, and then you go up a half step, which is the resolution to the G, which is the 5 of C minor. And I think articulation-wise, I'm picking the first 2 notes, the F sharp and the A, then I pull off to the A flat, then I pick F sharp again and I slide it up to G. And then he does E flat, which is our flatted 3rd. So a great example of chromaticism. I would call that 1 below, 2 above, 1 below. Right, to the target note, which is the 5. So I'll do it slow a couple times, then I'll speed it up. All right. So a lot of great stuff going on within that. And like I said, that's a great scale to experiment with if you're already comfortable with Dorian and you want to get a little bit more of an outside sound. Experiment with sharpening the 4 and playing within that mode and see what kind of stuff you come up with. And the great thing about doing these arpeggios is you can hear what each of them sound like against the C minor tonality and pick out some of your favorite ones, and it can give you some new ideas for improvisation around that scale. So great lick. And yeah, I guess that's it. That is our last lick of the week ever. We've done 140 of them, and I figured, I've done more than enough of these at this point, and it's gotten pretty challenging continuously finding these licks and figuring out how to analyze them and explain them on a weekly basis, because a lot of people think that I know all of these licks ahead of time, but I would say I probably only know maybe 10% of the licks that I've done on this series. Usually I'm just listening to music constantly, and I'm always listening for cool licks, and anytime I find one, I just bookmark it and then transcribe it, write it out, figure out what's going on, and then make these videos. So hopefully now that I'm doing the improv ideas in place of this, hopefully that will free me up to kind of demonstrate some more improvisational ideas rather than just explaining what other people are doing, and allow me to make some more videos that can be monetized, because I can't monetize any of these lick of the week videos. I probably could, but I got one copyright strike on one of them, so it kind of just made me paranoid about losing my channel. So I think moving forward, being able to provide some videos that can be monetized, as well as some videos where I can put additional content included in the videos that will be on my Patreon page, I think that will definitely be for the better, and hopefully will help grow my channel a little bit more and get a little bit more revenue coming in. So if you are interested in becoming a patron, you can head over to patreon.com/MikeAudetteMusic. That includes all of the scales deconstructed, all of the chord expansion videos, my monthly line studies, and it will also start including my 2 videos a month that I will put out for the Improv Ideas series as well. So for everybody that has been tuning into these Lick of the Week videos, I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. I greatly appreciate your support, and hopefully you will enjoy the Improv Ideas videos as well as I start putting them out, and hopefully that will also give you some more insight into different ways to maneuver around certain chords and give you some licks to experiment with, as well as being able to hear me demonstrate some of these ideas in my own playing. So that is it. That concludes the Lick of the Week series. Thank you again so much for your support, and stay tuned for the Improv Ideas videos in 2 weeks. See you guys soon. Take care.